The Cadillac Formula One project has crossed its first real checkpoint. But if you believe that seeing a car roll down a pit lane means success is already assured, then you don't know Formula One. This sport has buried far bigger names for far smaller mistakes. Yes, Cadillac has a car on track. Yes, it's backed by General Motors and powered by enormous resources. But in Formula One, that's not an achievement. It's the entry fee. The true story begins the moment that car is pushed back into the garage, because that's when the hardest part starts. The Shakedown wasn't a celebration. It was a test of survival, a confirmation that thousands of digital simulations could exist together in the real world without immediately falling apart. When the blacked-out Cadillac 2026 Challenger rolled out at Silverstone, it wasn't chasing lap times. It was simply proving that it could live. In modern Formula One, a shakedown is a cold, methodical process. Engineers aren't watching the stopwatch. They're watching sensors, temperatures, pressures, and correlations. Silverstone wasn't chosen by accident. Its fast corners and sustained loads punish aerodynamics and cooling systems, even at reduced speeds. It exposes weaknesses early. The dark, stealth livery wasn't about style, it was camouflage. In Formula One, every millimeter of bodywork is intellectual property, and rival teams are always watching. Hidden edges, floor contours, and wing details are worth guarding for as long as possible. Nothing on that car was meant to be seen clearly, and that secrecy is deliberate. Putting Sergio Perez in the cockpit was another calculated decision. This wasn't about speed. Perez's value lies in experience. He's driven for multiple teams across multiple philosophies and understands what a solid baseline feels like. His job was consistency. When a driver like Perez reports that a car is calm and predictable, engineers listen. Stability at this stage matters. If the car were nervous or erratic at low intensity, it would point to deeper issues in suspension design or weight balance. Clearing this phase without chaos means Cadillac can move forward. But stability is not performance. A car can feel composed and still be painfully slow. In Formula One, 3 seconds is not a gap. It's a cliff. The presence of Valtteri Bottas at the track, even without driving, sends another message. Cadillac isn't operating on guesswork. With two drivers carrying more than 400 Grand Prix starts between them, the feedback loop is brutally efficient. Every sensation is compared against years of reference from Red Bull, Mercedes, and Ferrari-level operations. This is how serious teams operate. This is how vanity projects fail to survive. Next comes Barcelona, the sport's most honest circuit. There is nowhere to hide there. Long corners expose aerodynamic weakness, tight sections reveal poor mechanical grip, high temperatures test cooling limits. If something is wrong, Barcelona will find it. This is where Cadillac will be judged, not by intention, but by numbers. Long days, relentless runs, and an avalanche of data will decide the direction of development for the next 6 months. From this point forward, progress is measured in fractions, not headlines. One of Cadillac's most debated moves is also one of its smartest, the temporary partnership with Ferrari for power units. To outsiders, it may look like playing it safe. To anyone who understands the scale of the challenge, it's survival strategy. Building a brand new power unit for the 2026 regulations is so complex that even established manufacturers are struggling. By using a proven Ferrari engine in the early years, Cadillac eliminates a massive unknown. They gain reliability, competitiveness, and clarity. If the car is slow, they'll know exactly why. This isn't the final plan, it's a bridge. The real destination is 2028, when Cadillac intends to run its own power unit. That's when the project transforms from a team into a full manufacturer effort. And the timing matters. The new regulations shift emphasis toward electrical power, energy recovery, and battery performance. This is where General Motors believes it has an advantage. GM isn't just building cars, it builds energy systems. Battery chemistry, electric motors, and power management aren't foreign territory. By 2028, Cadillac doesn't want to match the field, it wants to change it. This first shakedown wasn't proof of success, it was proof of entry. And in Formula One, earning the right to keep going is the hardest step of all.
This is where the Cadillac bid stops being symbolic and starts becoming serious. They're not here to rent a place on the grid or chase headlines. They're here to own the technology that decides who wins and who disappears. Formula One only respects control over systems, over data, over development speed. Cadillac understands that. The 2026 regulations represent a clean break from the past. Smaller cars, less weight, active aerodynamics that physically adapt to the track, wings that flatten on the straights to cut drag, then reconfigure in corners to generate grip. For engineers, this isn't a rule book, it's an open field. Cadillac has treated it that way, pulling top-level talent from across the paddock to exploit every line of the new regulations. The timing is intentional. Entering in 2024 would have meant chasing years of refinement from dominant teams like Red Bull. In 2026, everyone resets, everyone starts guessing again, and that's when newcomers have a chance. Cadillac's strength lies in scale, a massive research budget, parallel development programs running simultaneously in the United States and the United Kingdom, multiple solutions tested at once instead of sequentially. It's a numbers game, and Cadillac is playing it aggressively. The driver development strategy reflects the same discipline. Colton Herta represents American potential, but Cadillac isn't turning him into a marketing shortcut. Instead of throwing him straight into a race seat, they've placed him in a controlled environment as a test and development driver. Here, he learns the real complexity of Formula One, the steering wheel modes, the energy deployment, tire behavior, and the critical link between simulator data and real-world performance. There's no spotlight, no pressure to perform on Sundays, just learning. If Herta proves he can match the benchmarks set by Sergio Perez and Valtteri Bottas during testing, the path to a race seat opens naturally. If not, Cadillac avoids burning talent too early. It's a protective, calculated approach that values long-term competitiveness over instant visibility. In Formula One, careers can end before they begin. Across the paddock, the reaction is cautious. Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, they've seen this story before. Toyota, BMW, enormous budgets, big promises,